Let me first pick a few questions before we start. There's a question there. If me and my circle of friends put money joined together, what is the process? For friends, unless it is a registered group or a chama, then I don't think there is a way you can open as a joint. A joint is for two people. So if you're opening with your friend, then that's possible. Just two people is a joint. Huh? If it is more than two people, then it's either a registered group or a chama, which is registered. You only need to fill in our account opening form. Let me share that link. We have different forms for account opening. Let me just share that link. So for that, you may need to fill in both forms. That is our account opening form and CDSE account form. So you can check in that link. There is a company registration, there is a registered chama or registered groups. That's the form you'd use. If it is two people, then you use the individual account opening form, both CDSE accounts and our AIB account form. You feed in the details for both account holders as joint. Then if it is minor, again, there is the forms to fill in. In that link, you'll find all of them. Reactivating AIB app account, just send me, let me give you my number. Or you can set to our email address 072. Actually, you can see it on the screen. You can send me a WhatsApp with your ID number or just deactivate, or you can send right now to info@aib-accessafrica.com. You can set that, they'll be attending to it. For the form, kindly forward to my email address, pc@aib-accessafrica.com. You can forward that to me. I'll follow up with our team. For dormant account, again, just fill in the forms in the downloads link. That is our AIB. This one you don't fill in the CDS. It's AIB account opening form. You attach, there are some requirements at the end of the form which you need to attach. You send to info. You can also copy my email address for follow-up. Lilian, confirm now you can hear me. I want to start. So today we go through mastering NSE and capital markets from goals to growth. When you're investing in NSE or even in international markets, or when you're investing in any products at the capital markets, it's always good to have a goal so that you know where your investment is headed, and you can always review those goals. So we'll start with setting investment goals, and we look at smart investment decisions. So for smart, as the word starts, S stands for specific. Like I want to build maybe 100K portfolio in 2 years. So you are specific on what you want. Or I want to build maybe school fees portfolio, let's say of around 200,000 in say 2 years. So you have a specific goal that you want to achieve. Then for M, it stands for measurable. You should be able to measure progress. For NSE, you use portfolio valuation. Portfolio valuation will show you daily growth of your portfolio, and also the total. If you are to sell today, how much you would receive at the end of it. So you're able to measure your goal in terms of portfolio valuation, because you're tracking your growth at NSE. Then it must be achievable. So A stands for achievable. So you should have maybe a plan. How do you want to contribute to your investment? How much would you maybe deposit in your account? It could be monthly. It could also be maybe daily for those who may have extra cash. So you make sure your contributions are achievable. You don't say I will put 100,000 at the end of the month, yet you're not able to deposit that amount. We'll come to how you use Excel to track all these. Then for R, it starts for relevant. It must, the goal you are setting must match to a life goal. Let's say you are investing towards education. It could be retirement or building your portfolio that you can pass over to your generation. No? Or if you are doing as a couple, maybe you want to maybe buy RAD or maybe build in the next 5 years. Then for T, it's time bound. You set a review date. Like the first one we have said 100,000 portfolio in 2 years. Now you're setting a time period of 2 years. So SMART goals gives your investment a purpose. You don't just invest maybe with an open goal where you're saying, I just want to be rich. In NSE, it's not easy to get rich. It's not an easier way of getting rich. The market keeps on moving, even international markets. Even when you're investing in funds, have a specific goal. I want to do this in this period of years for this cause. Maybe school fees. It could also be retirement or building a house. So that goal must be specific, measurable, and time-bound, making it easier to choose the right investment vehicle. Why? If you get to NSE, you find their shares which are maybe suspended, which you don't trade. If you don't have a goal and you don't have a vision, you come and start buying those shares. And you find when you place the order, the system rejects because they are not trading at NSE. What do? You panic and give up. Then you withdraw your deposit. But if you come to NSE and say, I want to buy dividend shares so that dividend in 2 years, you have accumulated to 50,000. You already have a goal. I want to buy dividend shares that will give me maybe 50,000 in 2 years. So when you're buying, you concentrate mostly on dividend stocks. And when you receive that dividend within those 2 years, was let's say they are paying, there are those stocks that pay 3 dividends in a year. When you receive the first 3 dividends, you will invest again to the same stock. Then next year, again, you do the same. By the end of the year, you find you have grown your portfolio to a good figure. And if you compute your dividends, you find mostly you have reached your target. So there are different goals in NSE. These are goals that you can set. One of them is short term. There's those people who ask, do I invest short term or long term? For short term is you're giving yourself, let's say, up to 1 year or 2 years. For this one, if you're looking for short term gains, from where you sit, I would advise don't get into NSE. Go to money market fund because there is interest guaranteed. Unless you're targeting specific stocks which have announced dividend. So for short term, you look at the amount you want to invest and what you need at the end of that duration. However, if you don't have a specific goal, it's always advisable. If you're investing for 1 year, go to money market fund. It's much easier to get returns quickly. But again, remember, money market fund could be affected by interest rates. So don't put hopes. We said in last Wednesday, don't invest in emotions. If you put too much hope on one product that you gain, when the period you had considered maybe for your investment lapses, you might get discouraged. So medium term, you give yourself 1 to 5 years. That one you can get stable dividend paying stocks. And the goals that you set, you might find you are able to achieve. because there is enough time to accumulate dividends. Remember, for 1 year, you only have one dividend, maybe, unless it is Safaricom, which gives like 3 dividends. The others usually give first and final dividend, which is 1, unless you're investing a lot of money. Then for long term is where now you don't have a limit of number of years you're investing. For that one, you check growth stocks and blue chip shares, especially the ones which are also giving dividend, and you reinvest that dividend. So basically, shares are not ideal for short term, as I have explained. Prices at NSE, they are not that volatile. And a dividend, you find counters are giving 1 dividend in a year. But if you're targeting 1 year and above, be sure dividend stocks, growth stocks, they help you reach your goal. So you can start with maybe 1,000 for those who don't have huge income, 3,000, 10,000, or anything above 100,000. It all depends on your pocket. Huh? I see most of the clients asking, how much can I start with? It all depends with your pocket. How much are you able to invest at NSE? If you're able to define that, then let's say you want to start with 1,000. That's the amount you put in. There are shares that cost below 10 shillings. You can buy 100. And I think from August, NSE have said you can buy 1 share upward without having to worry whether you're buying at the normal or at the ODD. And remind me at the end of this presentation to tell you the effects of that. It will hype the market, but there are downsides of that. Very grave effects that NSE may not have foreseen that, but I will explain at the end of the presentation. Just remind me. Then you can scale your investment as your income allows. Let's say maybe in the next 3 months, you get a salary increment. Again, beef up your small contribution, or you get a bonus somewhere. Just beef up your investment. Remember, this is an investment that you're putting there for a lifetime until you sell. And you can do that top up using our AIB DigiTrader or online portal. You just go to funds or funds transfer, then you go to deposit option. We have M-Pesa and you have a bank. It's you to choose. Bank is not automated, but M-Pesa is fully automated. For bank, you need to set up that confirmation strip, or if it is RTGS EFT, you set SWIFT confirmation. If it is a mobile banking, online banking, you can take a screenshot of your deposit, or if you receive message from the bank, you just send it via email. Then you remember to reinvest dividends for faster growth. So even if you're doing small contribution, when you receive your dividend on your bank or M-Pesa, return it back to your trading account. Always avoid one-time speculation. Regular investing is better than one-time speculation. What this means, you're accumulating some money maybe in your bank account, then you decide when it reaches 100,000, that's when I'll buy shares. Remember, there are costs on both sides, buy and sell. Even if you're putting 100,000 to buy shares, then sell after 1 week, remember there are costs both sides. Where maybe you'd have started contributing earlier, as the prices go up, your costs are a bit minimal compared to just putting 1 day and you buy, unless prices have gone down that month. And with small top-ups, you can build a long-term NSE portfolio. Remember, prices keeps on changing. Companies keep on innovating and they grow. Prices at one time will go up. You find you have made enough gains. So how can you match NSE shares to your goal? So for medium term, you check for dividend paying shares, because here you are targeting quick income. You can only get it through dividend, not price appreciation. And you look at the shares that have higher dividend yield. BAT, there is Captura, there is Williamson T, Coop Bank, there is also Safaricom. Safaricom, they give 3 dividends in a year. So if you had to do dividend yield for that year, it's higher. Then for long-term growth, then here is blue chip stocks and expansion stocks. These are growth stocks that appreciate in price. And also factor in growth and blue chip stocks that give dividend. Remember, you want regular income, even if you are targeting for a long time. If you're looking for income in future, that is retirement, then consider dividend stocks. Because then when you retire, these shares are the ones that will regularly give you a dividend. And remember to reinvest in your youth before you retire. Keep on reinvesting these dividends so that in your retirement, then you're using those dividends as source of your income. So you can use dividend stocks for goals like school fees and passive income. So if your goal is to get regular income or be able to pay your school fees without using your cash, then buy dividend stocks. Make sure they give you enough. They are able to give you good returns in terms of dividend, maybe once in a year. So you target stocks that give dividend in January, around March. They usually pay around March. There are those that pay around June, and there are those that pay now from September. So if you can target those blocks, it means every school term you have shares giving you dividend, which you can use to pay school fees without using your cash. Remember, you have put in money, bought shares. You have not sold. Those companies are paying new dividend. So that dividend is what you are using to pay school fees without you selling shares. Then when you need money urgently, that time you can come and sell some of the stocks. Growth stocks, those ones, they are better for building long-term wealth, and also if you are targeting retirement. So what tools can you use to track your goals with NSE shares? One of them is either CDS statement, if you get it from CDSE. If you don't get it from CDSE, you can always use our portfolio valuation. It's there on the DigiTrader and also on the app. For those who receive automated emails for statement and portfolio, then you can use that. Because now you'll be checking, how is my portfolio performing? Then you can monitor realized profit and loss. Plus dividend received, you can't be able to track directly from the app, but in the future we'll be bringing that. But you should be able to track off the platform. Remember, in the last Wednesday's training, we went through a dividend tracker. That's why I created that Excel. And I'm also updating it because I need to add a few more Excel templates before I share it officially with you as a template you can use. The ones that I've shared, you can use them for practice and maybe even start rebuilding your dividend tracker. So if you're able to track dividend and profits and also total investment, then you're able to track your goals. Then using Excel, you can use a monthly top-up and statement. So this one, you can use our DigiTrader statement. So there is a statement for portfolio that shows you your shares, and there is a statement that handles your cash. When you put in cash, you are able to see. That is what I'm calling statement. When we buy shares, we debit that account and we credit your portfolio. So you're able to track from the statement how much you have put in. And from your portfolio valuation, you're able to track your valuation. Then dividend logs, I think this is what we created last week. And then at least you have rebalancing prompts. That is, maybe after every 3 months, you check your portfolio. How is it performing? How are stocks performing? Do you have stocks which are pulling your valuation backwards? If they are, you check whether there are small profits you have made with those shares. If they are, you can offload, buy a stock that will beef up your portfolio. If they're not giving you dividend and they are not in profit position, then you need to make up one decision. Do you want to drag with this counter and wait for future, which is not predictable? Remember, you can't predict price of a counter. Even if us we tell you a target price, that has so many assumptions. Remember, these companies are affected by many factors. For such stocks, you may need to make a decision. Offload them, buy a dividend stock, accumulate dividends, recover your losses, then use those dividends to even buy more shares. So let's take a sample goal, where your goal is to get school fees in 4 years. Maybe your target is 300,000 for university in duration of 4 years. Then you say my monthly contribution is this 6,000, around 6,500. So in a year, you have around 72,000. So you multiply that by 4 years, that you come to around 280,000. So remember here, you're targeting dividend shares. Within that amount you have invested, 280,000 in 4 years, the dividend that you have accumulated will even surpass the 20,000. So you find you have even surpassed your target. So the strategy here is to invest part of this 6,000, you buy dividend shares, then 40% you got growth stocks. So you can decide, I can take, let's say, out of these, I can take 4,000, I buy shares that will give me dividend, Safaricom. It can buy around 200. Then the balance, I can buy growth stocks. Then when you receive your dividend, remember to reinvest either in the same stock or in the upcoming dividend. We did that with last Wednesday's video, where we did a dividend tracker, where you are using a dividend to buy another dividend that's coming in the next few days after book closure for the current dividend. So I want us to go today. I will use our online portal. We don't want to use the app because we went through it. Just where you can get portfolio valuation and a screen on how to place the orders, then the order types. Before I go to that, if you have any question on goals, you can put on the chat. Let me go to the chat quickly. For activation of dormant account, just send email to info and also CC my email, pc@AIB Access Africa. I'll follow up on your behalf. Effects of NSE allowing people to buy as low as one share from August 2025. Let me know on the chat whether you want to know right now before you proceed. If you want to know, just tell me yes, or we wait at the end of our presentation. I have 2 more questions. As I tackle the 2 questions, let me see whether you'd want to know, because it has a very huge effect on the market. Okay, let me finish these 2 questions. Apart from dividend and reselling, what other ways of earning? In NSE, you're either receiving dividend or selling your shares at a profit. However, in AIB Access, we have a referral module where you can refer a friend to open an account, our trading account, with your referral code. Then when they trade, there's that commission we charge. For 1 year, we share 50% with you. Then there are stocks which doesn't give dividends directly, they give you bonus shares. These are shares you have not incurred any cost to buy them. You have been given free. So when you sell, that's also another profit. Again, you can use shares to take as a collateral for loan, both banks and SACCO. So you can use your shares to secure a loan. Then when you finish paying your loan, you bring letters from the bank confirming you have cleared for us to release those shares, and you can sell. Difference between long-term and income in future. Long-term and income in future. Long-term is where you are deciding I'll sell, maybe in 10 years. Already you have fixed a term, I'll sell. Income in future, you are targeting that after retirement, I'll still continue gaining dividends, but I'm not selling. I will pass my wealth to my children. But both of them, they mean the same thing. Because long term, it could be you're saying I'll just buy shares, they stay there without a fixed duration. But these shares still they are giving you dividend. How do we receive Umeme share dividend? It will be paid on 31st July. So between that 1st July and the first week of August, that's when it will be released. If you have not received by the end of that week, you can contact the registrar. It will be paid when opening account. There is either the bank account you give. If you didn't give a bank, you selected M-Pesa. If you didn't select M-Pesa, then you must have selected a check. For a check, it will be sent through postal address. If it is M-Pesa, it is to the number that you gave when opening account. Bank is EFT, paid 2 days. If they release today, you receive tomorrow. So now, the issue of buying as one share. It was there before at ODD, but there was no liquidity. That is, you find there is no sales, maybe for Safaricom, for you to be able to buy one share. You find there is buy side, one share, but on the sell side, there is nothing. And that prevented market from crashing. Why will it crash? Now we have opened, everybody can buy one share upward. Let's take an example. You have enough shares, 1 million shares you want to sell. Assuming you are selling 1 million shares, you have put them on the system. Then we decide as an NSE, we are doing mass campaign. Boda Mama Boga, you can buy one share. You have put 1 million shares. Boda, they put 50 bob to buy 2 shares of Safaricom. Remember, Safaricom is around 25. So you find like 500,000 people are buying 2 shares of each. You have put just one order of 1 million. So those people will be able to buy your shares. How many transactions do you get on your side? It's 500,000 people, each buying 2 shares. You get 500,000 transactions. First question is NSE system and CDSE system able to provide the reports you upload on our back office for just that one client? Remember, Excel has a limit to the number of transactions it can handle. Will it be able to handle that? Again, that's one miss. Now we come to your statement. How many transactions will be posted in your statement? 500,000 in a single day. Remember, these people are buying each. Remember, they are not buying as one group. They are buying each 2 shares. Remember, transactions are executing 2 shares on this side of buy, 2 shares on your sell side. How many contract notes will you receive? 500,000. Will your email be able to handle that? I think NSE didn't realize this. I wish they said there is a minimum of 100 shares, but you can buy 1 or 2 without having to go to 2 boards. That would make sense. But opening 1 share upward, there are people who have 1 million shares they want to offload. There are people who want to buy that 1 share. Remember, they are buying from the same market depth. It's not ODD and normal. It is normal. So orders will execute for that day. And I'm waiting for the 1st of August. I hope it's a working day. Yes, it is on a Friday. That day we see whether there will be any crisis in the market. Will NSE system be able to handle those transactions? That is the question. Will CDSE system be able to handle those executions? Do you have capacity in terms of compliance and risk checks? Hopefully, all those are in place. But when you are placing the order, that's why I want to go to online portal. Hopefully, NSE will allow clients to disclose quantities. There is a way you can disclose how much quantity it should execute for a single order on your side. That way you're able to limit those small executions, but currently it's not there. So that is the risk that is there in the market. However, I know it will excite the market. The other question is, you buy dividend stock, 1 share of Safaricom. Dividend is 0.65 cents. Will that even dividend be paid to you? What ideally are we trying to do? We are telling registrars, you're not able to pay these small dividends. Either invest them or take them to unclaimed assets. When you take to unclaimed assets, will a boda boda or mama boga really incur 1,000 shillings to come to Nairobi unclaimed assets office to follow up on 0.6 cents? To me, that's an income lost. Again, if companies are investing this dividend, then why are they giving dividend? Is there even the minimum amount set that the dividend that will be paid, we have put a threshold to this amount? I've not seen that communication. Remember, as we are telling you, buy dividend stock. You have bought 1 share of Safaricom, 0.65, less withholding tax. Let's say even that one, they say we are not charging you tax. 0.65 cents. Will it be sent to your M-Pesa? Again, they didn't think this. I'm very sure they didn't consult the industry. That is the plain truth that you have a crisis. There will be claims by people that I invested to buy shares for dividend. I've not received my dividend. Yet it is 0.65, 1 shilling. Does it even make sense to set that 1 shilling to somebody's M-Pesa? It doesn't help them. Look at it even this way. Unless you're telling clients you can buy 1 share every day and accumulate, that way it makes sense. Because at the end of the month, you have 30 shares, around, let's say 25 shares. By a whole year, you have around 200 shares. That makes sense. But if you're telling people to buy 1 share without a goal, without a direction, then we will lose so many investors. Why? You buy 1 share of Eveready. It is 0.2 cents. When did Eveready ever go above 0.5 cents? And you're telling somebody they can sell and make gains. I think for NSE, they first needed to think how they can spur growth on some of these stocks that are stagnant. The ones which are suspended, they know how they can suspend them to trade, or they delist them completely. That way they would help investors, so that those people who are locked in with the funds for suspended stocks, they get back their money, or it trades back to in the market, they know how to offload their shares, or if they want to buy more, they can buy. The penny stocks which don't trade above 10 shillings, they needed to think, how can we spur market for these stocks to appreciate in price, so that those people who bought at higher price can make their gains, and these stocks can spur trading in NSE. But again, I don't want to talk so much about NSE, but you can always read through the lines. AIB introduced international stocks, and we said you can buy 1 share above and above. September, we are bringing in fractional shares. I hope that is not the competition that is there, because NSE, you can't do that. Buying 1 share, you actually, unless you're telling somebody to buy shares for which counter, even if it is the EABL, they only get a dividend of 10 shillings. And you can't tell me you're telling a boda boda to put 300 shillings to buy 1 share to get 10 bob, yet they can use these 300 to fuel their boda boda and carry 5 people in a day and make 1,500. Let's wait for 1st of August. Maybe that time we will know what NSE are doing. So that's my take from my side. But as a client, you don't go and buy 1 share. You know that from 1st of August, I can buy shares and clear my account balance. You're not leaving any balance at AIB. So if you put 10,000, you know I'm using the whole amount to buy shares. But don't go and buy 1 share. It won't help you. I've said, even if it is dividend, even if you're buying the most expensive stock that have a higher dividend yield, the most you can get, the dividend, the most you can get is 50 shillings. But does it even make sense to buy that stock? You hold for how long? That's why for us, we advise ignore the noise, the same way we said last week. Ignore market noise, you just invest. I hope now you understand what will happen. Dormant account, send email to info. KK, thank you for confirming that. There will be crisis because now you have opened market now to everyone to put one share. NSE system is not capable of doing that. Even reports that they will generate to us, I don't know how it will be generated. Raising issues, these issues with the NSE, it is CACIB who are supposed to do that. It's not us as AIB. What we follow is market guidelines, whatever is given by CACIB. But on our side, we have put on measures to avoid that conflict on AIB. And hopefully between now and 1st of August, NSE will have reached out to brokers to change the system. At that point, because on our side, there is nothing we are doing. We are actually just changing 100 to 1. Then for odd lots, we just remove it. There is no major system change. In terms of prices, will the price of share drop or increase or will not affect the price? Again, it will depend with how market will be excited. If there are so many buyers than sellers, then prices, you expect them to go up. If there are more sellers than the buyers, prices will go down. But I don't see any change because there is nothing new that we are doing. These things are there. It's only that on ODD, there was no liquidity. Now they are trying to bring liquidity in form of combining the two boards. In AIB app, I have challenge in resetting my password since I've not saved the one I used. What other way can I reset? Because whenever I reset, I'm told access denied. Just send me a WhatsApp or you said email to info. Remember to copy my email that I've given above in the chat. I follow up on your behalf. Do you advise selling penny stocks in August? It will depend whether you have gains. If you have made gains, you can sell, then buy dividend stocks. That is if, let's say you have bought every day and maybe that day it choose to 3 shillings. It's always good to offload. You never know what will happen. Maybe NSE, after some few days, they might reverse that decision if there is an issue with the market. So it's always good. If you have made gains, offload, buy good stocks that will give you dividend. The essence of buying one share is to spur market, then accumulate to reap benefits in long run. I don't think that will happen. The reason is they have already introduced an ETF, which I think is yet to start trading. We have not seen that market excitement. Remember again, people don't have disposable income right now. Economy is a bit low. I wish they did this when economy was doing well. That would spur market. We have tried everything in the market. Again, as I said last week, politics play a major role in price movement. Even if we do innovations and change everything on the systems, as long as politics are there, you don't expect most of these stocks to go up. But hopefully, let's see 1st of August, what happens. Can CDSE account in Kenya buy stocks in other countries? If it is international markets, our CDSE account, that is the account you open with the IB Access. You can use it to buy international stocks. That's already there. Trainings are usually on Friday. Government of Kenya was supposed to sell Safaricom share. Will it affect the market? I don't think there is any effect because again, they are selling to you as a public. The only thing that you may foresee is the risks in Safaricom shares because then government have offloaded its position in those shares. So once they offload, then it's the Safaricom, it's like it's being handed over to the public. So government may not have any say with Safaricom, but I don't think it will affect anything. Because performance of Safaricom in the market is basically on their innovations and also the products they do. Are the charges still going to be the same, NSE and broker? Yeah, charges are not changing. Ideally, what I explained what is changing. You're only changing the normal rows. Instead of putting 100, you put 1. ODD, it will be removed. That's the only change. There is nothing else. And on our side, I've said it's just logging into the system. I change 100 to 1, 100 to 1, confirm. That's it. And you trade as if nothing happened. There is no system change, levies, brokerage, NSE levies, CDSE, CMA, those ones are not changing. They are anchored in CMA regulations. That's why they can't change. If you have to change, you have to amend CMA regulations. So hopefully that is clear. Tariff charges, there is our brokerage charge is 1.3% on both buy and sell. The other charges in total, NSE, CDSE, CMA, they come to around 0.34. So you find your charge 1.64%. That is on the AIB side. In the market, it's 2.1%. On the higher side, that is the highest you can charge. So let's go back to presentation. We go to orders, portfolio, and dividend. Let me log into our online portal. Today I'll do with the online portal. But I hope it is clear what will happen with that one share buy or sell at NSE. And I hope you have understood. And I'm not saying this in bad faith with NSE. They are part of our industry. They're the ones who give us the market to trade. But as an investor, that's what you need to be aware of. Because what will happen, let me just explain it for the sake of those who may still feel, who may feel like NSE did the right thing, and maybe Peter may be against them. If you look at international market, we buy one share of NVIDIA Apple. But what is the price in dollars? 140. If you multiply with Kenya shillings, that's around 15,000 Kenya shillings. That's why you find there are fractional shares where you can afford to buy with as minimum as 1,000. But NSE, and you even introduce the fractional shares. Fractional shares is where you're buying a 0.1 of Safaricom shares at 25. So you're buying at 2 bob. Will even that work? 0.1, then you get a dividend of 0.65. Ideally, you get a 0.065 cents as dividend. Remember, it's paid directly to you. If dividend were paid to the broker, that would make sense because we are crediting to your account. But it's being paid to you. So hopefully that is clear. If you have question on that one share, please don't go with it. Because what will happen on 1st of August, if there is issue with the system, clients don't complain to CDSE and NSE. They complain to the broker. Remember, the broker, there is nothing they can do if you are following the rules set on the main trading system. Like, and apologies for what happened yesterday, where the system, we are not able to access from morning to around 11. Clients blamed the broker. The broker had a connection issue with CDSE. CDSE had not generated file for AIB access for holdings to update your shares so that you can see portfolio variation. And remember, we can't close the end of day without uploading that file. Because you still have the shares you had the previous day. So you can come and sell what you already sold. Again, the issue will not, and the effect will not go to CDSE. It's the broker who will be penalized for short selling. So basically, like yesterday, what happened? Client will blame the broker, but the issue is actually not on broker side. It's with the CDSE. So we tried our best. At least they sorted in time before the market closed. So sometimes, as a client, always understand the broker. The broker is hands are usually tied. Like now, for this 1 shilling, we can't raise it with the NSE because for them, they are doing it on their system, the trading system, not on broker side. Remember, it's broker now to know what to do with their system. There's nothing we can do on our side. The file they said we'll have 1 million transactions. The broker is the one to know how to upload those 1 million transactions. The broker is the one to explain to the client, why am I getting 100,000 transactions in my account? So that is the situation the broker finds themselves in. I hope now you understand. So let's go to the app, our portal. Just confirm you can see. Confirm you can see that screen. It's my account. Okay. So let me expand this so that I can see. The screen that you see on top is a referral module where you can refer your friend when they use your referral code to open an account. Then you run 50% of commission generated for 1 year period from the time they opened account. The easiest is not to share the code because they might forget to put. You just click copy link. Then when you said to them, when they're opening account and they use your code, that's how it looks like. So at the referral code, they won't be able to remove it. So automatically you are tagged to that client. So let me skip that. Today I won't go through the whole platform. I want every Wednesday, I'll be taking part of our online portal. Then next Wednesday, part of our AIB DigiTrader app. Then next Wednesday, we go back to the portal, we cover another topic so that at least I cover enough content for you to understand the market. So I've logged into the portal. So we'll go to viewing portfolio valuation on the portal. If you look at the bottom right side, there is a plus sign where it says add widget. If there is a screen that is missing, you can always add it here. And I can scroll down. There is this portfolio variation. You make sure it is ticked, then you click save. Widget added successfully. If I scroll down, you find my portfolio valuation. It's here. This small screen, and I can click view details. However, I can also get it from the report side. At the reports, let me just refresh. At the reports, you have portfolio valuation. So this is where you can be able to see the shares that you have bought. And you can see your net worth, that is the value of your shares currently. Then your portfolio value. Net worth is, let me see, where is it, the figure. This is your portfolio plus your ledger balance. Remember, there is that cash you leave in your account. You are unutilized. So if you add together with your portfolio valuation, the shares you have bought, you get the value of your investment. So net worth is value of investment. Both portfolio and ledger balance. Mine is lower because ledger balance is a negative. Yours should be a positive. Me, I have a debt to pay. So portfolio valuation is the total value of your shares. Ledger balance is the cash you have in your account. Below it now you have other breakdown. Portfolio value free. These are shares that I can sell. Portfolio value free. Those are shares you can sell. Unsettled purchase. Remember, these are shares that are bought within T+3. They have not settled. Once they settle, they clear. And they will be added to portfolio value free. So that now if I want to sell, I can sell from 4th day. Then unsettled sale. If I sell today, remember CDSE have not fully moved the cash and shares. It will happen on that day. So these will only be cleared on T+4, but it doesn't affect your value. Then on the right side, there is equities. These are the shares that you hold. There is the quantity, security, that is a security code of that share. Then you have quantity, number of shares you hold for each counter. Then average price is there. Now the averaged price for all transactions you have bought. You may have bought CIC maybe 100 today, 100 tomorrow. So that average price is what is the average price, and it is inclusive of cost. So this is the deal price you have incurred inclusive of the cost. Market price is current price exclusive of cost because you have not sold. Market value is current value of your shares exclusive of cost. Remember, you have not sold. Then profit or loss now is the market value minus your cost. That is average price times the quantity. Then you get your tentative profit, but it doesn't factor cost of sale because you have not sold. Then there is that chart, which now you can see different stocks you have bought visually. There are those people who like viewing charts. So now we go to order, how to place a buy and sell order. So for that, you click on home, you go back to watch list. So for you to place the order, you need two screens, actually 3 screens. One of them is my watch list to see the shares and how they are trading and bids. Then you need market depth, the screen which is split into 2, where there is a graph, just the screen on the left side, the small one with the supply, with the bid side and offer side. That's what you need. It's called market depth, and you need order status, the one that is there. What is the role of order status? It helps you track your orders and their status. It could be fully traded, that is a fully executed trade. Cancelled, it means either you cancelled or the system automatically cancelled. If it was a market order and it was not fully filled. Then there is off market order, is orders that you put when market is closed. They will be submitted the following day. Then we have pending orders. It means your order is in NSE, but it has not executed. Maybe you have not selected the right price for execution. Partially traded means part of your shares have been bought or sold. There is a balance that is remaining. So we go up. We start with my watch list. You have the symbol, which is the security code for the share. Arrow to show you whether it's going up or down, or there is no price change. Green means up. Prices are going up. Red, prices are going down. The equal sign means price is stagnant or the share have not traded that day, maybe it is suspended. Then we have last price, then last quantity. These are the shares that last executed, the last trade that bought or sold. Like for ABSA, 100 shares have executed it. One at 19.55. If you look at the market depth, there's something called RTT. That is the last traded time. So for ABSA, at 108, 100 shares were sold and bought, because that is an execution. So there was a buy and sell at 1955. So these two columns, they help you know the last price that executed and the last quantity. Then there is a top bid and top supply. So if you want to buy immediately or sell immediately, these are the prices you check. The bid price and bid and offer price. If you're selling, you check the bid price. If you're buying, you check the offer price. That is on my watch list. That way you get direct execution. However, you might anticipate the market might move up or down. So that's where market depth comes in. And this you'll find on the portal. On the app, you only have symbol, last quantity, and last price. That's why on the app, you need market depth. Remember on the portal, you have seen the top bid and top offer on my watch list. So on the market depth, you have various orders with the split. Split is the number of orders that have been placed for each price. So these are people who have anticipated prices may go down. So on bid side, they queue at different prices. Then on offer side, These are people who are anticipating prices will go up. So they put their sale prices at different prices. But then, does it mean it will execute? This is where a pending order comes in. If you put like a buy order at 19, remember there are still orders above you, 19.25 and 19.4. And again, on the same 19, there is 14 orders totaling to 350,000. So you have to wait for all those orders to execute. But does the prices go down? As you can see, there is no execution so far that is pushing the prices down. So it may take a while for those prices to come down. Mostly it is used by speculators. Speculators are the investors who anticipate price may go in their favor, either down to buy lower or up. So when selecting prices, you need to make a decision. Do you want the shares immediately? If you are buying, select the top offer price, 1955. There is already supply, you get execution. If you are selling, select the top bid price, 19.4. There is already demand, it will execute. The other decision is, can I wait maybe for a day or a week? That's where now you select any other price on your side. But remember, you're not guaranteed execution. So we come to order entry screen. I want to buy KPLC. It's going up. So for you to buy, you have an option of clicking directly from my watch list, the B or S. B is buy, S is sell. Or from market depth, B or S. Let me just click on buy. So I want to buy. Now this screen is what I want to explain. Reset button is where you clear the screen. Maybe you had put a price, let's say 1850. And you want to clear, you just click reset to just reset the whole screen back to the default. Then we have instrument type. We have normal and ODD. These ones I won't explain today because from August, you only have normal. So normal means, let me close and take not ABSA. I need KPLC. I don't want to execute a higher price. Let me click on KPLC, then click buy button. So for normal is where you buy in multiples of 100. Lot size is 100. ODD is less than 100 shares. So when we come to 1st of August, it only have normal without lot size. Lot size here, you can put anything. For me, I'll put 100 for now. I can't put 101 because we have not adjusted the system. Once we adjust now, you can buy 101, 150 like that. And this is where I was saying, somebody can come and place an order to buy one share of KPLC. Now, what will happen to the person on 10.9 price? There are two people, 29,900. If all of us, let's say 29,000 clients come and buy one share, these two clients will get those individual executions. And it's for only one share. So how will your statement look like? Again, we go back to the referral module. We only post one transaction at the start of the month, the total you have earned for the previous month. Why do you think AIB did that? It's because we realized if we are to post those individual transactions you are getting from clients, you can get over 1 million transactions in your statement. It will mess your statement. So that's why AIB was innovative enough to say, let's post at the first of next month for the total you have earned for the previous month to just avoid that inconvenience. I hope NSE will realize that maybe when before that time comes. Then there is order type. We have remit, market, and market to remit. The reason why I'm using Portal is because it has an additional market to remit. On the app, you only have remit and market. So explaining from the Portal side, you also understand on the app side. So order types, remit. This is where you put price. If you select remit here, you're about to put a price here. The price is what you have selected on market depth. Market order doesn't allow you to put the price. You are saying go to the market, pick me any orders that are available, as long as you can fill my 100. So if I said these are 100, I'll buy at 10.9 because there is already supply available at that price. So it will go and execute immediately. However, if there is no supply, let's say on the supply side it was empty. Since it was a market order, it's not able to fill, it will be cancelled. So that's why market orders cancels immediately if it is not able to fill full quantity. The downside of market order is if here I was to put 1,000, let's say 100,000 shares to buy at market, it will come and clear the first 29,000, come and clear 2,000. So the total is 3,000. The balance will be cleared at 11. So I'll clear at different prices. So already I've incurred higher price and maybe the market is going down. So when you're placing market order, be careful with the quantity. Check on the offer side what is available. Put enough quantity to execute that. Don't surpass that because it will clear with other prices above that. Unless you're targeting to clear everything, your portfolio variation, or you want to buy shares, maybe it is book closure. Because there are two ways you can you come to that where you can sell on book closure to take advantage of price, but you won't receive dividend, or that is you sell on book closure, but you not receive dividend. So you have made gains. Then you buy after book closure time. You can buy back shares. So you buy X dividend because that time prices go down. So for sell side on AIB side, you're not bound by T+4. T+3 for settlement, then one more day for credit to be available. You can buy back shares the same day or the following day. So what can you play around with? If you realize the dividend that you get for shares is lower than the current price you can sell on book closure, it's advisable to sell on book closure. You won't receive dividend. You have made capital gains. Then the following day, it's usually X dividend date, prices goes down with the same margin of dividend. You find even trading lower than that. So very early in the morning, when the market is open, there is no price range. Place your order to buy back at the lowest price possible. So you have sold higher, bought back lower. Again, price appreciates. You can pay, but again, there are risks because of charges, and the market may go against you. So you have market to limit. What you are saying, go buy me 100 shares. Let me put at 10,000, 100,000. I want to buy those shares at market to limit. Remember market, it will clear everything on market depth, supply side. Market to limit, it will only clear the top price that is available. The balance is converted to limit. So it protects you against clearing everything. So clear the top best price. If you're not able to fill, because this one I won't be able to fill, there is 70,000. That 70,000 now will be queued on bid side at 10.9. Now I'll be the top one on the bid side. So that is market to limit. Then we have a price, that is when you put limit, that's why now you select price. If you need to execute immediately, I've said, use market or market to limit, or you can put top price 10.9. And when you're opening the screen, if you click on sell buy, it picks the top sell side, that is on offer. If you click sell, it picks the top bid price. Then we have validator. Day means order is valid for that day only. So at the end of the day, cancel my order if it doesn't execute. GTD, you select the date here. You are saying my order will be good till date. So GTD is good till this day. So my order will keep on being refreshed until 25th at the close of the market. If it has not executed, cancel. Then there is IOC, immediate or cancel. When I said my order of 100,000, execute immediately, or if it doesn't execute, cancel that order. So execute immediately. If it doesn't execute immediately, cancel. Then there is a fill or kill, FOK, where you are saying fill my 100,000 quantity at once, or cancel that order. Then delivery is where you buy today, you can only sell on T+3, T+4, because settlement is T+3, 5 p.m. So you can only sell on the 4th day. So these are T+3 rule applies on the buy side. On the sell side, as I said, we give you credit immediately. You can buy back. Intraday, however, it's not tied to T+3. You can buy today and sell today. You can sell today and buy back. Remember, for sell side in intraday and delivery, it doesn't matter. But for buy side, intraday, you can buy and sell the same day. Then at the end of the day, we take both sides, the buy side, total commission, sell side, total commission. The side with the higher commission is called, it's called first leg. The side with the lower commission is called second leg. So on the second leg, we don't charge you brokerage commission and levies. So the way you make money with intraday, is through price movement and that rebate you are given. But remember, there are charges you are paying, so you need to factor that. Then you can click buy. If I click buy, the next screen is a summation of the charges. And this is where you know how much you can pay for that. Net consideration is the total amount you pay. Brokerage charges is what you pay to the broker. Statutory is paid to NSE. Levies. There is NSE transaction charges. There is CMA transaction levy. There is also CDSE. And investor protection fund. They are all inclusive there. So let me cancel that because once I submit, I'll get execution. So that is on orders and order types, market and limit. Any question? Put on the chat. Let me stop sharing that. Let me come back to the presentation. Maybe I can pick a few. Let me see where we had gone up to. Please reset email. It's pc@aibAccessAfrica.com and info@aibAccessAfrica.com. But I'll give at the end. I'll give you some time to go through the emails on the presentation, but I will also give again. Tariff charges, I think that I've explained. Do you have a recording for this? Yes, all the presentations I do Wednesdays and Fridays, you can get them on YouTube. Let me share the link to that WhatsApp channel. Sorry for that. So you can join that WhatsApp channel. I'll share the links to videos once I complete editing, because again, you have noticed I'm using my personal account to train you. So I have to hide those details. Once I'm done, I'll share. There are videos, I think I've shared the one for last Wednesday. It's only Fridays. And I'm about to finish, then I will share that. Why are we seeing blank on market depth on Satrix ETF? Has it started trading? Again, what I said, NSE, they excite market, but they don't start implementing some of these things immediately. ETF, I think they said a long time ago it is trading. It has not yet started trading at NSE. That's why it is blank. That's why it is blank. And I think for those people, I've seen clients complaining on our social media, this is the right time to tell NSE the ETF is not trading. Give us more information. Them, they are quiet. As the broker, we don't know what is happening. Every time we contact them, they just say there are few technicalities. But again, when you implement something without industry-wide consultation, including clients, then you find some of these hitches. This is something that was supposed to trade the first day, but I think those are issues maybe they handle on their back end. There are many systems that connect in NSE. We have broker systems connecting to NSE and CDSE. We have CDSE system connecting to NSE. Remember, there are also other players outside. There is the registrars. There is also CMA. They have to make sure this ETF is available on all those systems. Hopefully, that one share thing, we won't be forced as brokers to change, then it's not there in NSE. Because again, backlash goes to the broker. The reason why I've raised that today, 1st of August is next week. That time I'll be doing international stock trading. I wouldn't like you feel offended on that same day, you're not able to trade that one share, they say. So if you find any challenges, it always lies back with NSE and CDSE, because they need to make sure their systems are ready. Our system, as I said, if they were to say right now, just switch everything and you continue trading. It's the same thing I've said yesterday, what happened. We clarified. But again, as they say, you don't bring out bedroom issues to the public. That's why we try to hide some of these issues. AIB takes the greatest hit, yet the issue is not on our side. I wish, as the clients, you would understand where we come from. Our hands are usually tied, especially when you see an issue have gone for more than 15 minutes. No, that's not an issue a broker can handle. And I'm not defending AIB, I'm defending all the brokers. We are always tied. So for this, we are waiting for NSE to activate. On our side, it's there on DigiTrader and portal. You just go to add script, click on it, it is added, but it is 0. Because NSE have not given that feed on our side. It's actually not trading at NSE as we speak. Hopefully within this week they will have sorted everything. How do you borrow on AIB platform? It's because my account, I use it for training. That's why I have that credit. But if you have an account manager or an agent, they can negotiate that for you, because it depends on the volumes you are bringing. Remember, it's credit AIB is giving. We are not allowed to do leverage trading. For those who know leverage trading, where you're trading on margin. Margin is credit. Credit is loan. Even shares, you can sell what you don't have at the leveraged. It's not there in the market. It is not allowed by CMA. Why is the account negative? It's because I bought without funding my account. Already I have a loan which I can use. That's why I'm able to buy on debt. Are you able to buy boards on the app? Currently, no, but we are working on that. Remember, boards trade at CBK through NSE's Avento system. Once we integrate and there is a liquidity, remember, boards don't have that liquidity. They are not like shares where you can get an immediate buyer or seller. You need to go through a board trader to connect you with somebody who is ready to give you the rate that you are looking at. It has to go through negotiation. Somebody have to agree to sell you at the prevailing rate. It's not like NSE where shares are listed on the platform. But hopefully with time, we'll be able to bring that. Repeat how to pull the widget. I want to have portfolio valuation on my home page. Let me share that screen. So the way you get these screens, let me just close some of these. Let me close so that we can add. Close. Yes. Close. Do I want to close this? Yes. Close. Let me close those. So you click on the plus sign. You can see it now with a bluish color on the top bottom right, where it says add widget. Let me move that. Okay, you can't see these. Hopefully you can see my cursor. You click on that plus sign, it gives you that pop-up. If you're not able to get this pop-up, go to the settings of your browser, the 3 dots, you go to settings. Here you type pop-ups. You go to settings, site settings. You check whether you have blocked pop-ups, and the pop-ups and redirect. Then if it is under blocked, you only need to come here for online share trading. You unblock or remove. So you have that option. And the not allowed, you click on the 3 dots. So it will be on this side. Here it will be unblock. So you unblock or you click remove. Once you refresh, it should be able to give you this pop-up. So you click what you want. Sector statistics. Let's say I want portfolio valuation, order status, and trades. Then I save. They are added automatically. And they are saved. That's how you add. It's simple as that. That's only on the portal. On the app, you can't remove the screens. That's the beauty of using the app. So let me go to a few questions, then we go back to the presentation. Then, yes, I need also this. I hope now it is clear. PM and KK. MN you can put, I don't have the names. You can put your comments in this chat. I will also go to Q&A section. On orders, I recently placed a sale order for Safaricom at 26.40. However, the order was executed between 26.10 and 26.40. Yes, the reason is, as I said in the previous trainings, let me go to that screen again. It's always good to explain this with the screen. If you look at the market depth, like now for KPLC, let's go to Safaricom so that I can explain with the issue at the heart. If I press my order to, is it buy or sell? Let me see. To sell at 26.10, there is a possibility when you put at 26.10, the top price was 26.40. So it's like the same scenario I have here, 27.05, but I'm trying to sell at 26.8. What will happen? And I'm selling, let's say, 1 million shares. The first 259,000 shares will execute at 27.05. The system knows I pressed the price of 26.80. So 27 is still valid. It will still peak for the balance. So you find I've executed two prices, 27.05 and 27. So that is the risky nature of putting a price lower. It's the same thing I said with market order. If you put a market order, remember as a seller, you are clearing the bid side, so it will execute at different prices. If as a seller, you are putting lower price than the top bid, it will clear all the prices up to the price you have put, taking into consideration the quantity you have placed in. Even buy side, that's the same scenario. Hopefully now it is clear. So when pressing the order, always check market depth and check the top price. Always put with the top price. If it is buy side, put top price. If it is if you are buying, put top price on sell side. If you are selling, put top price so that you don't execute at different prices. Explain slow about the pop-ups was too fast. Let me go back. This for pop-up, maybe you click here and it doesn't open these. It's blank. It doesn't give you anything. You just go to the three dots just next to where your profile icon is, the three dots. Customize and control Google Chrome. Or if you are using any other browser, the three dots. Then you scroll down to where there is settings. Then inside settings, you search for POP. Then you check where it is highlighted. You can see at the site settings, pop-ups. You click on it. You scroll down to where there is pop-ups and redirects. Then you check where it says not allowed to set pop-ups. It will be listed there. You click on the three dots, then you click unblock or remove. Unblock or remove. Once you do that, just come and refresh here. You click on it. Immediately you refresh, you will see this referral screen. That time. Actually, when you log in and you don't find the referral screen, you have blocked pop-ups. So remember to unblock them. That way it will allow you to do this. So if you're not able to open that, just refresh, see if the referral screen will pop up. If it doesn't open, you have blocked pop-ups. So let's go to presentation. Now it is dividends. Dividends, you can see them on the system. Where do you get that information for dividend? Let me go back to portal. I explain dividends, how they work, then we go back. Now the rest will be theory and a bit of Excel presentation. Today there are some Excel you need to do, but they are not technical. Like we did last time, it's not too technical. Let me open our website. So you go to our website, aibaccessafrica.com, and don't worry, I will share this video. Editing, I'm not removing sections. I'm only hiding my details. That's what I meant with the editing. I will not edit to remove sections. And that's why I'm not posting these videos on AIB YouTube channel. because I don't want to hide details that you need. But now if I post like what I said about NSE, now the issue will be between AIB and NSE. But if I'm posting on my channel, then NSE would come for me, which I would explain as an investor. That time I will not be Peter AIB. I'll be an investor who is concerned. So once you open price list, scroll down to where there is corporate actions. There are key dates you need to know. One of them is announcement date. That's when a company announces. Like Kapchorwa on 28th June, they announce a dividend of Kenya shillings, 25 shillings. So for every one share you have of Kapchorwa, they will send you 25 shillings without you selling shares. This is money they are sending you either to bank or M-Pesa, depending on what you selected when opening account. Book closure is that 1st July. That is the date you need to have shares. The total number of shares you have that day, you multiply by 25. That is the amount you receive. It doesn't work like Circle where they prorate per month. This is different at NSE dividends. On 31st, on book closure, the number of shares you have, the total, you multiply with the dividend. That's what you'll be paid, less withholding tax. And when you'll be paid, payment day is there, 2nd of September. Now from 2nd of September, you give a few days. Now we come to one share. We said we can buy one Kapchorwa share. You receive a dividend of 25 shillings. Yes, you can do that without charges on M-Pesa. But how much is Kapchorwa? Let's scroll up. It's 330. Would I fail to pay my fare to come to office to earn my, say, 1,000 a day to buy this share to get 25 shillings? That's the question I've been asking myself. When we say one share, are we really helping the market? Really? Unless you're telling this client, invest in that one share frequently, maybe one day, every day you're buying one share. That makes sense. Because you're adding that one share up to maybe when the client reaches 1,000. That way you are helping client. But when you say you can buy one share, we are misleading clients. Why? Penny stocks, they are here, many of them. Fremty Group, it's 130, 1.3. Let's go check another one. Home Africa, 0.69. Kenyari, 2.26. Kenyari is a good one. It gives dividend. The CIC, 348. Kengen is a good one. Uchumi, 0.32. Where is Everide? 0.95. Now we are telling our clients, our investors, our interested investors, go to AIB Axis, buy one share of, where is this 0.32 of Uchumi? You can see the highest for the last 1 year, 0.41. So this client can wait even for eternity for this counter to gain in price. Uchumi, is it even operating? Are there stores for Uchumi? They are very minimal if there is any. So you're telling clients to invest in a share that maybe NSE should have thought how to help Uchumi to maybe expand their stores. They buy other stores, mini stores from maybe private investors. They make them Uchumi in maybe rural areas. Spur growth in that company. Uchumi shares goes up. That time you are helping investors. Then you come and see, for any share from 100 and above, buy in normal lot, but you can buy without having to split your order. Then you leave the ones below 100 in ODD. Those ones, let them be there so that you don't have crisis in the market. I hope now we are getting to somewhere. NSE, they can guide Uchumi. They tell them, look, dealing with retail products will not help you. Go online, start selling even things outside Kenya. You use their G4S, there is many other companies they can use to courier those products outside when people buy maybe from Uganda, Tanzania. They are helping these companies grow and grow the market. Rather than think how you can tell an investor to buy one share. That doesn't appreciate in price, doesn't give dividend. We are rocking clients' funds. Instead of them doing that, they can think of how they can bring back Akina Mumias. which were sometimes the giants of this industry. There is which other stock which is suspended? Trans-Century. There is East Africa Cable, Baburi, Athi River, Deacon. So that at least the people who had invested in their funds are out there. They find a way out. But hopefully, we won't have crisis. That's my prayer. But at least as you leave this presentation today, whatever happens from that day, you already know the reasons. Don't blame the broker. The broker systems are set to follow what NSE systems are doing. So we go to the next part, creating a strong investment plan. Remember, we had goals. We set our goals, what we want. Now we know how to use the platform. The next thing is to set our investment plan. How do you want to invest? Why then a diversified investment plan? One, it protects you against market shocks. Like what happened with umeme post book closure. You saw the price went down. If a client had put all the investment in umeme, by now I know they could be having issues with the market, trying to blame the market. Yet, if you diversify, you buy umeme, you buy Safaricom, you put part of your money in international stocks, then others in money market fund, you put others in boards, others in pension, and an emergency fund. It protects you against these market shocks, so that when NSE is affected, you have international markets, fixed income, and pension to take care of you. Then it spreads risks across different asset classes. If interest rates are affected, remember money market fund and bonds are affected. So you have shares to fall back to. You have international markets. If currency is affected, remember international market is also affected. You have local market to go back to. But remember, if then currency is rising, then you go to your international market sell, gain with currency conversion. So it aligns investment with now our short-term, medium, and long-term goals. Then it encourages disciplined savings, where you know, if I have a plan every month, I'm putting this amount to these different asset classes, then I'm obliged to do that. It creates that savings culture and investing behavior. And also helps manage liquidity and emergencies. Why? If you need money like right now at NSE, if you're with the other brokers, you'd have to sell today and wait for 4 days. If you're with the AIB Access, we have early payment. You can get that. So that's another beauty of AIB DigiTrader. You can get your money anytime. If it is money market fund, remember there is that lock period. If you withdraw early, there is penalties. So again, that gives you a medium term to receive your money. Then you have pension, that is long term. You only access it if you leave your current sponsor, if you're on sponsored model where you and your employer are contributing towards your pension. If it is individual pension, then you can only access your money based on that plan or scheme policy guidelines. They might say you can access maybe at retirement, maybe at 30%, the other one, maybe it's paid monthly. That is drawdown plan, or you get everything on your retirement. For boards, again, it's like shares. Though for boards, there is no T+3, you get your money the same day. Emergency fund, let's say you have a small bank account you have opened where you put money for emergency, or M-Pesa, you are put on a Mshwari Rock, where you're earning interest. You can move as and we want and sort out an emergency. So you split your investments into different asset classes. Like this is just an example Money market fund and savings, you give it 20% because this is safe. It's liquid short-term returns. You can get your money quickly in short term, and they have good returns for short term. Remember, there is that interest. Then you have shares, both NSE and international. You can give that 40% because of capital growth when prices go up, and dividends. Then pension, you can decide 20% for my retirement. Then emergency fund, you give it 20%. These are quick access during financial downtimes. Everybody goes through that phase at one time. So that time you need some emergency fund. So now, this you can create with Excel. And we'll come to that, how you can create a plan. So then how do you fund? You have already come up with an invest plan. How do you fund? You are either funding from your income, that is from your salary. That is called income-based investing. So that time you allocate monthly income into different assets. Let's say I'm earning 100,000. After expenses, let's say I'm left with 40,000. That 40,000 now I can split into different assets. And it is ideal for salaried and self-employed individuals. Then there is lump sum investment where you are putting just a blanket amount and you say, this is what I used to buy. Let's say you have been paid pension, or you have withdrawn your money market fund, or you have sold your board and you want to invest in NSE. You can come with that 1 million and put it. Remember, you not do subsequent top-ups, maybe for quite some time. So this is where you deploy bonuses, windfalls, and savings. It's suitable for tactical entry, dips and IPOs. When there is an IPO, you can come in and invest. Then there is a SACCO and loan financing, where you are taking a loan to buy shares. Caution, always match your repayments to your returns. That is your dividend and also the capital gains. So that you don't take a loan to buy shares, then the interest you're paying surpasses the gains you're getting from those shares. It doesn't help you. So if you're taking loan, always calculate the interest that you pay at the end of a loan repayment. Then you compare that with the stocks that you're buying, the dividend you expect. Remember, it's only dividend that you can project forward. Prices, you can't tell where they go in near future. And it is useful for low risk assets like bonds. If you want to buy bonds and blue chip stocks that appreciate in price and give dividend. But if you have extra cash, I would advise against using SACCO. It's better you use your income, or if you have savings somewhere which have earned you and they have matured, you can use that. And I hope I'm sharing the presentation. Just confirm on the chat. I'll come to the Q&A. Just confirm on the chat. So now we go to what you can use to create your investment map. These are visual tools to monitor your entire investment ecosystem. And investment here is the asset classes we have talked about. Money market fund, shares, ETFs, emergency fund, savings, pension. How do you track them? Don't always rely on the systems that I have to log into a SACCO to know how much I have. I have to log into my pension. I have to log into DigiTrader. Remember, at one time, you even forget which system was used for what. Then how can you track your funds? You can use Excel. So you can include some columns like contribution date, when you contributed, then asset value, and whether it's making profit or loss, then dividend for shares and ETFs, then notes on when to make buy and sell decisions. I'll just do a basic Excel, but in the next Wednesday, now I'll come with a complete Excel, which now you can use now to track. And you can always now, as advanced, if you like visuals, you can create progress bars and pie charts. So let's go to, let me see the next one. Let's go to Google Sheets. I usually prefer using Google Sheets because that way it is saved on your Google account. You can always access, as long as you have access to your Google, you can access it. Let me share that screen. And maybe after this, you realize when investing, there are tools that you may need to have. So we go to Google Sheets. I will use our previous, the one that we did Wednesday, because it's the one I'm building on. I'm building on that for dividend selector, stock selector. I'm building on these. So I can add another Google Sheets here, and I call it, let me rename this to investment plan. So on your side, when you access the link that I shared, you see now it is updating. So the first thing you need to do is to have your goals. Remember, you need goals. Then below that's where now you do your investment plan. Here I can say stocks. I will invest. My goal is stocks. This is just in summary, 100,000. That's what I target. In how many years? In 1 year. Remember, I'm going through the presentation, what we said, setting up SMART goals. It must be specific. I'm looking for to build my portfolio of 100,000 in 1 year. How will I track it? Tracking is through portfolio valuation. So that's on tracking. Is it as achievable? This is where the investment plan comes in. Sorry for this typo. So you have my plan down there. So here we are saying S M SMART. I'm looking at the SMART. So specific, 100,000 portfolio in 1 year. Measurable. This is also SMART SM. Then measurable, I can measure using portfolio valuation and relevance. I'm investing for what? Relevance are for my retire. Maybe in 2 years, I need fees for my college school. So that I have put R for relevance. Then time bound, we have already said it's 1 year. So here this is where T comes in. I'm trying to break down SMART. We saw it in the presentation. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Time bound is there. Which one have we not added? Is A. Is it achievable? We have our plan. So you have seen how I've split that word SMART. So portfolio valuation we already have in the system. So this is the AIB DigiTrader. Let me expand so that you can see. Maybe it's not visible. Let me zoom in. So I'm splitting the word SMART there, SMART goals. So for specific and measurable, it is my stocks within 1 year portfolio valuation. That's what I'm building. Time bound, 1 year. Achievable, I will have my plan down here. Realistic, I'm investing to get my school fees. So for portfolio valuation, I use DigiTrader. This one, again, there is portfolio valuation. I can track for that duration. Stocks, again, I have DigiTrader to track the prices and also deposit in. But I also have a deposit tracking. That one you can get from statement. From AIB to track your statement. So this is the tracker. So you have the goal and tracker. What do you track? Whatever goal you have. So if it is stocks, I have statements and portfolio valuation. Then for my portfolio, I have AIB DigiTrader to trade with. So for this one is statement stroke portfolio. Don't worry about the type. I read it once when sharing. Portfolio reports. So that's how I can track these. So now we go to the investment plan. A minute, I go to that slide. So we need, first of all, to know how much I'll be contributing. So my investment plan is to have maybe deposited 100,000 by the end of my investment. So then how can I split these 100,000? I can say I have money market fund, I have SACCO, I have pension. What else can I? Shares at NSE. This is NSE shares. International stocks. International stocks. Then we have bonds, fixed income. And there are many other. There is insurance savings products. We said you take 20% of these maybe to money market fund. So I can decide there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, board the minimum is 50,000. So this is all for international stocks. When you go to fractional shares, you can buy even with 20,000. But for now, the start is 100,000 because you are buying full shares. So then how do I split? I can split among the 5, and that amount, sorry, I need to rock that there, B8, so rock. Let me pull down so that it is. So you can decide on each investment plan, I'll put 20,000. That is my plan. So when I get my 100,000, so this is the investment amount. Let me add, I can add a column, insert column on the left so that it is visible. So investment funds, investment funds. So I'm investing by 100,000, but on these products. So what do? I'll go to the platform I'm using for money market fund, deposit 20,000. My worker adds there. Remember, for money market fund, you don't have control of what happens to your 20,000. It's them to invest, then they give you returns. So I'm getting my returns. How do I get returns for money market fund? Interest. What interest? Maybe 13%. So that is one plan completed. So you know my contribution towards this money market fund, I'm contributing 20,000 to get these gains. And remember, for money market fund, you're not doing anything. So your action here is deposit. You are just depositing. Deposit to your money market fund account. SACCO, again, interest, whatever interest they are giving you. Again, this one, it's deposit. Pension, the same thing, interest with the interest rate. I'm just using this figure for demonstration purposes. And the action, you are depositing. NSE shares, there is dividend. Stroke, capital, gains. So you already know this is how I will make money. There is no percentage because price moves either way. It will depend on the stocks, and that's where dividend reinvestment worksheet that we did last Wednesday comes in. Action here is buy, sell, reinvest dividend. Remember, we said we can pass our wealth to our beneficiary. Will they know how to do these things without this plan? No. Then international markets, same as NSE shares. Let me just pick this. Let me zoom in a bit now to explain. Hopefully it is still visible. So I can add a row on top here just to differentiate what is above. Okay, sorry. Let me just go up. Let me refresh. Let me stop zooming in. Then I zoom out a bit so that it's visible. So we started with our goals. This is where we set up our goals with the trackers. But I will share now a complete one where now it's well formatted. So you have your goals, you set up your goals. What do you want? Then you are targeting those goals. Remember this, I can do 100,000, my target, I can do it in 1 month. What if I want to do monthly? That's where now you come up with a monthly contribution to achieve your plan there. So for me to be able to deposit 20,000, how is my salary? So I can decide I want to achieve this in 1 year. So it is my 20,000 year equals 20,000 divided by 12. So I know on each asset, MMF, SACCO, pension, shares, and international markets, I'll be putting around 2,000 every month. So the total amount that I would need to put in will be this times now my total assets, which are 5. So I need at least 8,000 from my savings. So total monthly. So you already know I will be committing 8,000 for each of the assets, 2,000 for 1 year to create a portfolio of 1,000. But remember, there are also gains which you are getting. If they are paid to you directly, return them back and grow your portfolio. I will clean this up and share a complete worksheet. Remember, this will be now a complete tracker for your investments. So let's go back to the presentation. And you can add progress bar and pie charts. I don't want to do that because of time. I don't want to take much of your time, but I'll do that for you. Then in the next Wednesday, I will just be taking you through now the whole tracker from dividend reinvestment all the way to everything that we had. And if there are other worksheets to be added, I'll continually do that. This is available to you on your Google Sheet link that I shared for NSE. So now, let me see if there are questions. Maybe I can pick. And I will share presentation in the notes. And I'm also doing additional blog post. I will be sharing everything on that WhatsApp channel. So let me pick a few questions, then we go to different dividend flip. I hope now you understand something I said, where you can sell on book Russia, buy on the following day. And there are many things, there are many ways you can make money in this NSE and international market, as long as you have a right strategy. So please make a repeat on limit and market when executing buy and sell. For limit and market, the way it works, for limit, you are quoting a price. So your order will execute at that exact price you have put. If there is no supply or demand on that price, you are queued. There will be no execution. So your order will be pending. For market, you are telling the system, go to NSE, pick all the shares that are there as long as they are available without checking the price, fill my quantity. If you're not able to fill my quantity, cancel that order because there is no price. Market to limit, you're telling the system, go to the market, pick everything that is there on top price. If you're not able to fill my order, don't cancel, convert it to a limit order with that price, so that if people places orders again on that price, I get execution. No? So for that, it doesn't clear everything on buy or sell side. Which is better? Limit. Use it where you are cautious about price. You want to execute at lower price, but remember, it's not guaranteed. Market is where you want to execute immediately and get that execution. If you are just want to get shares, just use the limit. You get the execution immediately, as long as there is quantity for that. But remember, again, check the top quantities on either side. You don't surpass that, because then it will clear everything. You need to be very careful with market orders. But the sale limit was 2640. But remember, if sell side, if 2640 is there, I'm trying to understand, you are selling at 2640 to execute at 2610. I don't think that is possible. What you can do, just send me a WhatsApp message with your ID number or CDSC number. I'll check. Because unless you send as a market order, remember, it's the one that you clear these. But for a limit order, it executes as the price you have put, unless you have quoted a price lower than that. Just send me, I'll check in the system why this happened. Or there could be possibility, maybe you placed different orders. Maybe you didn't note the other orders, but I will explain to you. Market versus market to limit, I've explained. Market clears everything as long as the order is filled. Market to limit just picks the top on the bid side or top on supply side. That's why it executes. If it's not able to fill, it converts now that order to that price on the other side. So let's say you're buying 1,000, and on supply side there is say on top there is 5,000 at, let's say, 27. When you place the order, it will execute the quantity on top. Let me just share. I hope it won't take time. Let me just use a real example. Let me first log in because of my password. I'm using my real account. I usually we don't use a demo account because for demo, we'll just be giving you things that are not there in the market. It's better I show you with a real platform, because that's where you're executing your trade. So right now, APSA, if I'm putting market to limit for 20,000, to buy 20,000, it will come and pick, because there's already supply at 1950, it will pick 12,300. Remember, I still have a balance of around 6,700. Instead of clearing it with 1955, my order converts on the bid side. Now on top, there will be a split of 6,700. Then the new price will be 1950. Then 1955 will be moved up on the offer side. So that is market to limit. If it was market order, now the balance of 6,000 would have executed with 1955. So that is the difference. Market clears everything down. Market to limit only picks the top. If it's not able to fill, it converts to a price. So that when the next order comes in, they execute with you. So we have seen how to create Excel investment map. I will do a professional one, which you can use on your side with all asset classes you can invest in. Asset classes are portfolio. Portfolio is what you invest your money in. It's not just shares. As I said, the reason why I'm also posting on my YouTube channel, I train other things, pension, money market fund, Forex, there's also CFDs. There are many products that you can't expose to in this market. For investment, you need how to split your investments. And also, if possible, I will continually even put progress bar for you to be able to track your goals and pie charts. I want you to invest now professionally. Don't invest now like just a normal investor where you say, put my money here without any tracking to know whether you are making money. Remember, in your retirement, At one time, I told you, you might need some time down the line to split your investment to your kids. How then do you make a decision without having these trackers and plans? This one, how you even put how much am I sharing with my wealth with my children. I'll come to that next week. Now I'll create that tracker, hopefully to help somebody when passing your wealth, so that you don't leave your kids fighting for your wealth, yet you made a decision somewhere where they can see. And make sure that spreadsheet is available to your kids, but make sure you control everything. You can give them access maybe to a Gmail account which has only viewing rights for your tracker. Let me show you how you can share that tracker before we come to the next slides. Where is that? So I've already shared this with you. So how do you make it your own? You come to File, then you click Make Copy. You give it a name, click Make Copy. Now on your Google Drive, you have a sheet that you own. You can be able now to play around. And notice it copied everything. Now this sheet, you go to Share, you add their email, you click Copy Link, then you can give them, or there is a way you can invite via email, share with others, then you put their email address. If it is your spouse, you can use it as restricted so that they don't edit. Once they edit, remember the details change. You can give them rights here. You can click anyone with a link, but remember to give rights as a viewer, not as a commenter or editor. Or you can give them commenters, because now they can put comments. But remember, you don't want anyone to edit, because that then changes everything. Then you click done. They will receive an invite. They are able to see your investment. So your kids, even when you're not there, they have a copy of that. They can know this is what my dad or my mom said in terms of sharing our investment wealth. They only need to print that, go to court with it. They are given letters. They bring them to AIB, and our work is just to action that. I hope I had shared that. Did I share? Phone number is shared there on that presentation. Let me also share that worksheet. I will share at the end of this. I will also share on our social media just to take questions quickly in the interest of time. Let me just go to where we were. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, market to limit. Enable pop-ups. I think that I've gone. Peter, if I made sell limit was 260, why would there be execution below that? Kindly drop me a WhatsApp with your CDSE or ID number, and you also remind me I'm checking these, the sale of 2640 below that. I'll be able to answer you, because the system is not allowed to do that. I will check your statement and advise you on also orders. If one has 100,000 Kenya shillings to buy shares this week for future long term, what would you advise? Mostly I would advise you first check our recommendations, what our team is telling you. But again, you also check the dividend returns, dividend yield. Dividend yield is the dividend divided by the current price. It tells you how much you are earning for the cost you're incurring to buy that share. If it is higher, then you can go for those shares. Like now, there is a William Akina Kapchora and Williamson T. Bukrosha, I think, is on that first. You can buy those. You get enough quantity. You have seen dividend is around, is it 10? Let me just check for you. Because buying Safaricom shares with 100,000, actually I would need back to share that. Let me share the link again. Let me share the screen again. I hope I'm not taking much of your time, but it's good you all understand these, how you make decisions in this market. Let's go to price list. I scroll down to where there is corporate action because I have seen there is a client who have already asked on corporate actions. It's here. You scroll down, price list. It's there on our website. There is Kapchorwa, 25 shillings. So we go to our worksheet. Kapchorwa is 25 dividend. Then we have Williamson, 10. Williamson, 10. Safaricom, I already know. Escom is 0.65. The price of which we can get this quickly. Let me go to DigiTrader. Kapchorwa is 330. Williamson T is 240. I'm just taking an average price. This is not the current trading price. Safaricom, we have seen it's around 27. And we have our 100,000. Our 100,000 is what we want to invest. This is 10. Add. That's why Excel helps. So we have our price here and we have our amount. So we want to see for each how many shares we can buy. So it's our 100,000 divided by price. So you can only get 300 shares. Let me lock the cell for the amount so that I drag the formula down. These are just basic Excel skills, but they might not be basic to you. So don't worry. Then I can, is there that for decimals? This is hard. Let me reduce decimals. So these are number of shares you can buy. So you want to see the dividend you can get this year. Remember, all of them is one dividend. Then drag this down. Again, let's reduce the commas. What would you go for? Would you go for Kapchorwa 300 shares and get 7,000? Williamson to 400 shares to get 4,000? Or Safaricom to get 2,000? That's the question now you need to ask yourself. If you have other shares from these, I would go for Kapchorwa right now to get the dividend of 7,000. When it comes, I return back. I will not sell my Kapchorwa. I will check the next dividend and buy the shares for that dividend so that I use this 7,000 to get more. Alternatively, if you are looking for long term, remember Safaricom, they give dividend around March, June, and around this time September. Payments before that. You can buy the Safaricom that's coming, get 2,400, but knowing that January next year, you're getting another dividend from your 3,700 shares. And maybe in June, you also get. So you only need to make that decision. Are you looking for immediate gains? Go for Kapchorwa. Then when it gains in price, remember you can sell. Maybe tomorrow, because these are volatile counter, it goes to 350. So how much can you gain with it? It's your 350 times the number of shares, which is, was it this one? No, it is 303. So you sell it 10,000, 100,000. Yeah. There are some gains. So if you're looking at selling maybe later and you anticipate the price will go up to 350, remember you have also made another 6,000. So that is 13,000. So these are some of decisions you make. You get 7,000. When it goes to 350, and these are volatile counter, you sell and get your 6,000. You have already made 13,000. Safaricom, I would advise you, you're buying Safaricom, don't sell. But for Williamson and Kapchorwa, if prices go up, sell, buy another counter. When dividend comes for Kapchorwa next year, now same time like this one, you can offload some of shares, buy back Kapchorwa and Williamson, get some more dividend. So we'll come to all these next week, where now you learn how to invest. Let's continue because of time. I brushed through the remaining. I hope there is no other track I'm creating. So then there is a dividend flip model. This is for conservative investor strategy. Where you're not interested in dividend, You're interested in gains. You are a frequent trader. So how do you do it? This is a short-term strategy, conservative strategy to earn income and reduce the exposure through capital gains. It's not on dividend. You are not targeting to get dividend. You are targeting capital gains, price movement. So how does it work? Let's take an example of umeme. On 14th, that was a book closure. The price was very high, but now it has gone down. No? So between those days, culminating to 14th, you would have deducted 3 days back. That would be, let me check my calendar to be sure of the day. 3 days, 1, 2, 3. Maybe on Tuesday, the previous week, if the prices were high, like 22, and you had umeme, you'd have sold. Remember, you have sold at 22. Then on ex-dividend date, Bukurusha, remember the prices are high. On ex-dividend date, prices, we saw what happened. They went even below 10. You come and buy back. So you sell high, buy back. Now, in my scenario here, you want to buy. So if you wanted to make, I don't want to give this, I'm just using example, but umeme, I wouldn't advise you to buy. Remember, concession period ended. Unless they do diversify, which they said, I think I shared that video of their AGM. They are looking at diversifying in other countries. But before that happens, remember, there'll be that period. The price will still keep on fluctuating. So if, let's say it is umeme, the following day, open day, on ex-dividend date, prices are usually very low. You can decide to buy that time. Hold the share until they declare dividend. A few days to closure. Now, like now, for umeme, that Tuesday, the previous Tuesday, you sell. So you bought at a lower price, you have sold high. So that price gain is your capital gains. Then you buy back on ex-dividend date when price now again. You're on open day because there is no price limit. You can very early in the morning place your buy order at the lowest price you can think. You can even put 1 shilling. Keep on checking. If somebody puts a higher price like 8, you put 9. You are just made your order to 9. It's like you're competing with them until you get that lower price. But remember what you are doing. You are removing yourself on book closure as a shareholder, so you won't receive dividend. So here, what are you comparing? Your capital gains against dividend gains, which is higher. Buying at a lower and selling higher against the dividend where you're not selling your share. If dividend is 8 shillings times your share, then that price movement, the difference, you check which one is higher. If dividend is higher, then don't use dividend flip model. If capital gains is higher, use dividend flip model. Where you are not receiving dividend, but you are buying, selling. Buying low, ex-dividend date, you buy low, you sell before book closure or on book closure. Then you can buy back the following day. You can use that strategy as long as dividend amount that you're receiving is lower. So you focus on dividend price drops and gains. You are not long-term holding, but you can play that counter throughout. But remember, take care of charges. They don't erode your gains. It also reduces downside risks during market correction. Remember, like what has happened with umeme, and most people have panicked. It went down, stagnated. Still, they have not paid out. Until they pay that money on 31st or whatever day they are paying, the price will still stagnate around that price. Then from there, it will readjust, either go up based on the market reaction or down based on your panic. Remember, when you panic, you push prices down. So what is the step? You buy on ex-dividend. That day prices are open. You can execute at any price, but remember, there must be a matching counter trade. So price typically drops. It's called dividend dilution, where prices go down with the same price, with the same figure you're getting for dividend. It's best time to enter for the next price rebound. Then sell before book closure when prices tend to rise, because most people want to buy to get in that dividend. Then exit very early. So exit early and lock those gains. You already sold, you have your gains. Then come back there, ex-dividend date. When the prices dip, using even your capital gains, buy more shares. So opportunity to re-enter at a better price. There's a client who had asked, I hope you're in this training, whether you, investing can be a long-term career. You have seen it is a long-term career, a part-time one. You can do it when you're free. So risks and timing consideration, market volatility, sudden drops may delay rebound. That's why you need to be very careful. You are not buying on next dividend and you expect the share to shoot up immediately. It may take a while, maybe until next year, next dividend. Also account for brokerage charges and levies, so that you don't think you have made profit by selling instead of taking dividend, but then the brokerage is on your balance, the difference between the two. For dividend, remember to factor out withholding tax. That is not paid by you, it's paid by a registrar. You don't need to declare. I think I had seen that question coming in. Also check for poor results. If earnings are weak for the company, if they have not been reporting good profits for some years, again, dividend flip is not the model. If they've been making profits, then you can use it, because then it tells of price movement after book closure. So if earnings are low, then expect post-book price, they may remain low. So the prices may remain low after book closure for some time. So you need to check that. Then liquidity, some counters may have low trading volumes. That means you can buy and you miss somebody to sell to. Or you are selling, you sell and there is nobody to sell back to you. So you need to factor that. Always check the volatility of the counter. So strategies required. You do active monitoring of dividends and prices. Then historical patterns, you keep on reviewing, and quick decision making. This is like short-term trading. It's like day trader. You need quick decision making. So these are some of the things you can do, but this one allow me to do next time. Spreadsheet book for book closure tools. Again, we did with our spreadsheet. There's already that Excel. Let me just share, but I won't do some of these. I'll do off the presentation, but I come and show you next week. I want next week to share now the entire workbook that you can use to manage your investment. Let me zoom in. We had done dividend selector, which has company. Let me zoom in. Company, book closure, payment date, dividend per share, dividend yield, which you are calculating, and the dividend to be received. So this one you can use to track dividends, how the companies will be paying dividend and which date. But I will come to it next time. Then there is the investment of dividend. This I think I had already done. It's the same workbook, but I'll share the link. I just wanted to show you so that you know I will not be recreating the same. It's the same workbook. I will only be changing a few things, and you see it on real time. So upcoming dividend, we already have our spreadsheet, which you'll be tracking with that. And then you can mark ideal, buy and sell windows for each stock. How do you do that? Let's go back to our Excel spreadsheet so that now it is clear. So that for those who want to go and to practice this on their own, you already know what to do. So you go to dividend selector, there is book closure. We said what? You can add a column here just between A and B, you call it a window of sale. When to sell, because you want to sell before book closure. So that one you go to calendar, factor you factor for a sale, the sales proceeds are ready for the next purchase. So you don't need to worry. It's only where you are buying, you can't sell on the same day. So if you already have the shares like Umeme, now on the column before B, you add a column and call it, I'm not sure whether I can be able to add that. Let me right click, insert to the left. This one you can call it video or opportunity, sale opportunity. Sale opportunity. I will try and rename it. So for this one, you can say I would have sold on Friday because this was 14th was on Monday, so it was 11th. So on 11th July, that's when I would have sold Umeme. For Kapchorwa, it's the previous one day before, maybe on 14th if it is a working day. I'm just using these as examples. 14th September. This is on 29th. So it's one day before book closure. So that those funds are available for you to buy back. So let me insert to the right. This one I can call it buy back. But I will try and make this Excel worksheet in a way you can be able to follow. So book closure is on 14th. My funds are already available for buyback. So on 15th July, that's when I buy back. Then this one is 16th September because it's one day after book closure. Now with this, if you're doing dividend flip, you can check on the sale date. This is where you make decision. Do I wait for dividend and can I sell? That's when now you do the mathematics. You check which side you gain. If it is on sale, execute on that day. Come and buy back on 16th. If it is a dividend, then wait for book closure, don't sell. Then you get your payment on 31st. Then reinvest. Now this is where NSE reinvestment comes in. Reinvest that dividend in a different counter. Let me delete this so that it doesn't. Okay, I can leave it because I will clear. Either way, I will clear that and create a professional one. This is just for presentation, so that when you get that new Excel spreadsheet, you know what each means. Then you can create custom reminders to your watch list. I'll try and see how I can create those reminders on Google Sheets. And this is only available for NSE dividend paying stocks. That is dividend flip. Because remember, we are interested in gains. So dividend flip Excel tracker, what you need to have, it helps you evaluate each flip performance, the entry and exit price tracking that we have seen, how you do it, capital gains versus dividend income, that I will add for you, tax and cost. Remember on dividend there is withholding tax. You are comparing that against cost on sale. Then you can also add visual graphs to see your returns. And you can even project and maybe notes and strategy log to improve future flips. Remember this spreadsheet, we are passing to who? We are passing to a beneficiary. And who is this beneficiary? You don't want this to go to any other Peter out there. You want it to go to your kids. Train them how these things work. Train your spouse. The worst thing is somebody disinheriting your own blood. We did that last Wednesday. Let them understand this so that when you're not there, maybe you have traveled, they can also help you. But remember, even if you're traveling, DigiTrader is available worldwide as long as you have internet. Now, if you have traveled now to the other world, unfortunately, then they can continue with the same cycle. You're using the same Excel spreadsheet to track all your wealth in one place. It is easy to update for every dividend cycle because you already have those details on NSE price list. And it is good for conservative, low trade investors who is focused on income. So dividend flip and dividend stocks, if you decide to take dividends, are good for somebody who is low in trading. You are not trading frequently. Because remember, you're only selling one day to book closure, then you buy back your counter back when it goes down. Sorry for that, I stopped sharing. Let me share back. Hopefully there are only a few slides. Then we go to Q&A. And if you have questions, this is the time. Q&A. Let me go back to the first slide so that for those who want my number, let me stop sharing. I share back again. If you need my number and email, it's there, but I will also share it on my YouTube channel. For those who may ask for the link to the YouTube channel, YouTube hopefully doesn't play the videos. You can subscribe, but it's not AIB channel. For AIB, we do research and maybe anything related to NSE. But on that channel, you just go to playlist, then wealth guide. Let me share that playlist for those who may want direct. That's where now you'll find all this done in a layman. I prefer doing in layman because even me, the person who trained me trained me in a layman language. Sometimes we are lucky to get members of management team who train everything, train you in layman language. I happen to be lucky to get some of them. So we go to the Q&A, and if you have questions, this is the time. I think for 100,000, I've shown you how you can play around with it. But for me right now, I would advise on Williamson. Dividend when you receive, check the next dividend. And remember, this is a volatile counter. When it goes up, sell off, get your gains, now get another company that is giving dividend. But if that counter have been giving dividend previous years, then you don't need to sell. Dividend section I've shown you on price list for NSE on our website, where you can see everything. Corporate actions, and check that YouTube channel for NSE. If you're interested on NSE shares, I've labeled them. There are videos I've done how now to do dividend corporate actions, how to read them and interpret them. But also next Wednesday, I'm happy to repeat. Minimum investment for global assets. Right now, we are buying full share, one share, not fractionals. One share. So the minimum we have set is around 100,000. That is around $770. Subsequent top-ups, you can do it 50,000. But that is between now and September. When we bring it to DigiTrader, which I'm working on with the developer, there will be no minimum because there now you have fractionals. Instead of buying one share of NVIDIA at 150 or 200, you can buy a 0.1 times the 200. So you pay around $20. So that's the beauty now of investing with the AIB. Yeah, there will be no minimum. DigiTrader, we are trying to change DigiTrader completely to be a new app that you will enjoy there outside. And for those who have been frustrated by our app, I explained it's not our issue, our unique issue. We are connected to CDSE, we connect to NSE. If CDSE system have an issue, remember we can't do end of day. We can't connect you to the market until they resolve, until we do end of day. If NSE, however, they are down, then the market is down. The only time when you have issues related to the DigiTrader itself is when that issue does not take more than 30 minutes. That one I can tell you, it's a DigiTrader issue. If it takes more than that, it's beyond AIB. And we always keep on top with NSE and CDSE to make sure it is resolved. What can you do to avoid your funds being locked when a company is suspended? Immediately you see an announcement by CMA. Unfortunately, they announced the same day they are suspending. One way you can know a company is about to be suspended is if they have court cases, they have audit issues, or they have management issues, or CMA have raised an issue with them. If you find a company is always on the watch list of CMA, the best thing to do is sell, then to put that money in another account that is giving you dividend to recover that loss if you sold at a loss. But again, even if they are suspended, after some time they are lifted. Only that period is not disclosed. What do you do if you have stocks that have gained 10% gain, but you wish to add more shares? Do you sell before adding? No, you don't sell, Clara. You can buy more shares. You put money buy. They are added to that stock you have, then rebalanced to give you now the new valuation, including the average. You might find even if you're buying low or you bought lower, when you buy now, that price you bought higher might be averaged down. Then your profit again is readjusted. So you continue buying. You add, if it is Safaricom, you add 1,000. You don't sell when you make gains. You buy more if you're targeting long term. Only sell if you are day trader, but factor cost, because you might lose on cost side, or when you need money urgently. But if you sell, have plan of reimbursing that money in. Money market fund, would you recommend? Most of these, they are done by fund managers. I have friends in fund manager because we trade with them. If you'd want, there is one I can recommend too. Just get in touch on my WhatsApp. There are no affiliations between myself with them or also AIB with them. You just talk to them without even mentioning the one who introduced you. You just introduce yourself, tell them you're looking for money market fund and other savings products. If they can explain to you the advantages, then once you have that knowledge, you know now how to balance your investment. If they tell you minimum you can put is 2,000, then you can decide to be putting 2,000 on money market fund, insurance saving plan 2,000, NSE 2,000, like that. Requirements to buy international stocks. There are no special requirements, just the account you're using for shares at NSE. The only thing we need for you is to fill in the W8BN form. Just go to our website at the Global Markets, you see the requirement. We are not opening any other account. If you open the account through digital platform, you only need to send us your ID, bank statement, or M-Pesa certified. M-Pesa you can get through your phone, *334# or M-Pesa app. Then you send to us. Current passport photo and KRA PIN. If you have it, we just send on email, you update your account, you continue. Will you share the Excel? Yes. It's already on that WhatsApp channel, but I will share again now once I update together with this video. And when I'm uploading this video, I will also share that link so that you're able to follow the video, what we have done. That's why I won't edit these. I will share two. This, because now you need to see, to compare what I've done with what is on the video, but I will also share now another one, professional, which you can use going forward. But I'm happy if you can recreate it on your own, because now you understand how to use it. How to do international investment with AIB? This Friday. I will do the poster tomorrow. I usually do the same time, like today. How do I join WhatsApp group? Let me share. Now for our research, we usually post it on our research groups. You get even that WhatsApp channel link on this link I'm sharing on our website. You just go to that link on our website. You get the links to join WhatsApp group. Those are for research. I share my phone 0723 384 775. It's there on the screen. Let me confirm it's the one I'm sharing. 0723 384 775. And I am happy CMA also advise clients you can visit brokers to know whether they are genuine. Our doors are always open. Reshare Google Sheet link. Let me share so that for those who want to get it, then copy link. Is this the copy? No, this is the original. That one. Let me confirm something. I don't give you the edit rights. then we all change the details. Now once we change the details, the rest won't be able to. Let me see, got it. Can I change? Oh, I can't edit. So that's a viewing, just viewing rights. You only need to go to File, click Make Copy. You'll have a copy on your side. That copy, you can play around with it. Put all the formulas you can think about that can help you create a professional one. Agriculture sectors in Kenya is a cartel. Holders never sell their shares. It's because of price. Most of them, they hold it because of gains. That dividend, I don't think there are counters you can get such dividend. But again, these are bought by people who are targeting retirement, capital gains, and also that frequent dividend. But with the DigiTrader, you can track when there is demand and supply. And that's why now I told you, you can buy, if you are managed to execute, you can put your sale order at a higher price as long as it is within 10% rule. Where they are withholding shares, you can play with that. Once you get the shares to execute at a higher price, then you get that gain. CDS account maintenance fee, it's not on CDS, it's on our side. We have to, if you open through digital platform, it is 200 annual prorated. So depending on when your account was opened, you only pay for the difference of the year, then next year you pay 200. That's just to help us with all these innovations. Then if you opened with manual, you filled in manual form, not updating. You already have one. If you already have an account and it's digital, it doesn't change. It is 200. If you come to our office and ask for form to fill in, and we open using that form, you pay 1,000. I'm not discouraging you, but that is the truth, because digital you can open from anywhere. How do you bank dividends paid in Uganda shillings for umeme? You receive it in Kenya shillings. So if it is to the bank, it will come in Kenya shillings. If it is M-Pesa in Kenya shillings, then you can load back the normal way you load. Where do we trade ABSA ETF? I can't find it on AIB. ABSA ETF is ABSA Gold, GRD. If it is a new ETF that came in, just go to where it says add script. You click on that, you search for that ETF with the name or the code. I think the code is SM. May need to check SM something. I forget all these. They are. Let me check whether it's SM. I think I lost that, but you can check on the list that you come up there. It will be among them. You just tick it. Can one have more than one CDS account with different stockbrokers? Yes. If you have an account with, let's say, Equity Custody, it is the same one we'll open on our side. We are just putting that with the details. I tried to log in on NineTrader, but it's not opening. Please help. Just send me a WhatsApp message. I will sort you after this, because maybe it is another issue. Let me go to Q&A. I check whether there is any question. Okay, I think it's the same one I answered. Any other question? Let me see time. At least we are within the time. So with that, I think I would like to add there. And I'm happy to receive more questions, even when I post on YouTube. If you have a question, remember to reach out to me. I will help you or our team. There's a question. If a company is about to be suspended, one needs to sell. Whom would you sell to? Before company are suspended, they are still trading. The suspension is usually announced at night, then they are suspended the following day. What I said is, if you know a company have issues and there are chances you can see these issues can lead to suspension, sell early enough. There are people who still want to buy. You sell, exit. Otherwise, you can wait for it to be suspended. Your money is held there until that time CMA will give direction. So with that, I would like to thank you so much for coming today, and I appreciate your time. And hopefully now you can get into the market, and when the NSE opens that market to everyone, be happy to buy. Why is there a limit of first amount? It's not a limit. That 3,000, when you put it, it is to activate your account and use the same 3,000 to trade. It's not our money, it is your money. The reason why we have put that, we have realized most of the client open, they just go, they don't trade. So to limit that, that's why we put 3,000 to encourage investors to invest. Once you put that 3,000, you activate. From there, there is no minimum. It's only the first time, and it is your money. It's not our money. The 3,000, our money, it's your money. You get in and buy shares with the same amount. Once you deposit, you give it like 2 hours to validate and the system to reconnect you to CDSE. You can buy. The derivatives, we stopped offering derivatives maybe in future, but the way derivatives works, you are speculating on the price of stocks at NSE, the ones that are in the derivatives. It's the same way you can buy CFDs in international market, because you are speculating on price movement of shares in international market. In NSE, it's like you're speculating that price of Safaricom will go high in future or lower, depending on the position you're entering. If you're entering a buy position, you're anticipating the price will go, let's say lower. So you are buying, sorry, you're anticipating the price will go high. So you are buying at a higher price, anticipating, is it the other way around? You are buying at a lower price, anticipating the price will go high in future. You sell at a higher price, but you're not owning the stock that you're buying in derivatives. But AIB we stopped offering. But still on that channel, I'll be training some of these things because the other brokers were offering. Even AIB might decide to come back. So much appreciated from AIB, and must say my first time here, I can say this is so incredible. Thank you so much. Just check for the other videos. Just check on the other videos. Run. I usually train basics. I don't go into terminologies. I break everything into basics that you can understand, so that you invest with the knowledge. You know what I'm getting into, what I start to gain, how I can lose, and how I can avoid those losses. So thank you so much. Let's meet on Friday for those who come for international markets. I post that poster tomorrow. Then Wednesday next week, again for NSE. Again, we go into details. Hopefully for NSE, I'm planning to cover junior investment. There is also Chama investment and spouse investment, because there is a challenge I want to start where now we compete amongst us as investors up to December. We know that, I know it might help you now start trading. Thank you so much. Let's meet next week. For those who will be joining on Friday, you are welcome. Bye, and have a lovely afternoon. And thank you.